Hey, Groovers. I think I sound a bit better. What do you reckon? I mean, I'm still not good enough to record my new track, which is bloody amazing. I'm trying to sort of fall into this more spoken wordy type thing, a bit more. I wanted to do stuff that a machine can't do, so I'm thinking, well, a machine can sing now. Nobody needs to be able to sing anymore, and all singers now sound like the machine, don't they? They all sound the same. I don't want to do that. I want to be very, very human. And as a performer of an acoustic instrument initially, I know I play digital instruments now because I've got my electric cello. It's still kind of although it works with MIDI, the electric cello is still, I'd still consider that a non-electronic instrument. And the reason I would consider that is because I play it live and it's then recorded and then it becomes digital, but I'm not making it up, I'm not sampling it, and I think that really adds something to it. And I think that's really important with the vocals as well. So I'm looking for really a whole new genre of style and music, and I guess it's going to be a bit more spoken wordy. Anyway, I was dreaming about it. I woke up this morning and I was just lying there thinking about, before I went and got my coffee, I was thinking, how am I going to sound? What am I going to do? Because I've written the song, I've written the piece, the poem. I've written it, it's all ready. And I want to read it, perform it over drum tracks. So I'm going to get some fruity drum tracks. I want to get drum tracks that I can make probably myself. And the call of the drum machine it's there. I hear it now in the boudoir saying, buy me. Serverland needs a drum machine. Buy the drum machine. Buy it. It will change your life. I think it might do. I'll tell you what it will do. It'll make me very bloody happy. That much I do know. So, career changing. I reckon. I'm hopeful. I want a summer of really exciting spoken word madness. And I was thinking as well today that, being true to myself is about coming out as mad and no longer feeling closeted. I mean, I always feel like this every spring. I feel like a new rose bud. Ridiculous, isn't it? What an analogy. I'm a 61-year-old rosebud. But I feel like that. I feel slightly virginal. And I'm going to write some French stuff as well. And when you're learning a new language, you feel like a child. Instantly, you're taken back to being a child, a small child, learning the rudiments of language and vocabulary. How bloody marvellous is all of that? So anyway, I'm feeling okay. So I think I might be able to do the first Suzuki class today. But although I want it to be really good, so I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow. But I'll have a practice in a bit. Getting up and moving around. I mean, I got up on my bike this morning and went off to Aldi. And when I came back, I was ridiculously tired. And, when you've had a virus, you've got to take things a little bit easy. And never underestimate how stressful it is recording yourself playing an instrument, for students. Very stressful. I mean, I do find it a bit second nature, but it's still stressful. There are still elements that cause you to be on high alert. You're always on high alert, and that in itself is a stressful situation. It's a bit like driving a car, for a long, long journey. You're on that hyper alert situation because you can't take your eye off the road. You can't suffer lack of concentration for a millisecond. If you do, you'll crash. Do you see what I mean? So anyway, I rang Caswell Strings because I hadn't heard any news about the Yamaha viola. And, I rang to find out because I thought, well, it's all arranged, but the money hasn't gone out, is what I'm trying to say. And, it's a lot of money. I would notice if it went out. It would definitely make a hole in my bank account. And I thought, oh, okay, so what's happening? Has the order flunked? Or anyway, I rang them, and they're waiting for Yamaha to get back to them to check that they've got them in stock. And I thought, well, Yamaha bloody make the things. He was going on, the guy at Caswell's was going on about violins. I said, well, I want to make that transition. And he started doing a bit of a sales job on me for violins. I thought, no, I said, it's the violin. I don't want to play it. It's so high pitched, isn't it? It's so I mean, you know, I may end up with a violin as well, because once you've done one string, I mean, he did say it's just as easy as the viola, and he said, and we do them with the E string now, so you've got, you know, all the same strings. I'm not sure what he meant by that. I thought the violin went up in fourths. I guess not. I was always sure that it did. The cello goes up in fifths. Does that matter? Perhaps it doesn't matter. Perhaps not, actually. Perhaps, you know, it's just, you know, you've got 4 fingers and a thumb, and perhaps that's very helpful. I don't know. But if he says the viola is not available at the moment, he'll probably seduce me with promise about the violin, and I'll probably end up with one of those because I just want something new, desperately want something new, because, you know, it's the playing one instrument can get a bit boring all the time, I think. Of course, I've got my Microfreak, which can play stuff, which I'll be using that. So just that drum machine that's missing, isn't it? That's the only thing. So I'm hoping to do some sort of live online gigs over summer, and really just going a bit nuts with my old spoken word. So yeah, really excited. Can't bloody wait, guys, honestly. Absolutely thrilled also that I've come off my medication. It was really bothering me with my eyes because it was proving a problem. The tablets that I was on, they were for migraines and to help me sleep, for my anxiety, and for arthritic pain. So they told me that I didn't have arthritis, that I'd been told the wrong thing, or that it had been exaggerated, shall we say, and that actually there was nothing wrong with me. So they've spent the last 15 years believing that I was riddled with arthritis, when actually I wasn't. And once he told me that, the guy at physio, I haven't had any pain. Therein is the power of the mind. But I did realise that I was tensing, and that was causing the pain. So it wasn't that the pain wasn't there, it was that the cause of the pain was me tensing up. And I was tensing up so much that it was affecting my shoulders and my neck, causing excruciating pain that would then shoot up into my head, into the sort of centre of my skull, and this crazy, you know, and my sinuses, and this throbbing, like as if, you know, somebody was trying to drill my brain. But if I figured I was doing it to myself. And actually, since I've been standing up playing the cello, it's so much easier to relax when you're doing that. It's very easy to tense up when you're sitting. But, you know, when you're standing up, for some reason, for me, the cello is strapped to me and my arms are free. I'm not supporting anything. And I'm able to release all that tension. So my playing's improved. I'm not having any neck pain. And I thought, well, it's time to come off the drugs, isn't it? But the other problem with the drugs was they were drying my eyes and they were causing them to hurt. And the more I read my music, the worse the eye pain was getting. I mean, I was sort of considering learning things by memory so that when I went blind, it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, that's how painful my eyes were becoming. So I've come off them. And it wasn't easy, but I combined it with the flu, so I didn't really know what was flu and what was, you know, cold turkey. But I've been quite sick, actual sick, you know, that sort of stomach sick, and, you know, amongst all the other things. So it wasn't easy. So I'm not going to say you should do that, but I just prefer the cold turkey thing. I've been on long-term medication before and done the same thing, and it was much, much easier to do that than anything else. Why draw, you know, don't draw, you're going to get, you know, some sort of side effect anyway. Why drag it out? Just get it over and done with. But I wouldn't recommend it because you need to be... I think this is about the 5th time I've tried. And it was only because I had the flu that I thought, yeah, okay, this is the time to do it. Because I couldn't stay awake anyway, so I didn't need them to stay awake. I felt like shit anyway, so nothing mattered. I was just dying alone in my bed, and what better time to do it, actually? So yeah, I feel exhilarated, really exhilarated. Anyway, I'm going to spend today getting the music room back in order because I've moved everything around and done some more artwork for the walls. And I probably couldn't film in there today if I wanted to. The carpet's all rolled up and everything. So I'm going to be doing a bit of that. Off out later to get some rollers, not for my hair, to paint the walls. I'm really excited, really excited about this new song I've written. And just waiting for the old voice now. But I think if I keep talking, the voice, I'll kind of lose it. And if the nose clears, but I lose the voice, I get that sort of laryngitis, croaky voice, I'm going to record it then. Because it's such a, it's a bit Tom Waits. I mean, not, obviously I'm a woman, so I'll never be as deep as Tom Waits. But, I mean, Flex in the band, he has a really deep voice. And that, I just love it. I just totally love it. So I'm going to try and lose my voice. The things we do for art, guys. The things we do for art. So yeah, just waiting around for my new instrument, and I'll let you know when it arrives, obviously, because I'll be on all over the internet, probably with it on. Not sure about actually doing my YouTube. I think the YouTube is now going to be only available through my blog. I'm going to unlist everything from the Suzuki pages, and just put them on my blog rather. I think that's probably the way forward. I don't want every Tom, Dick and Harry having all our lovely stuff and our lovely lessons and things like that. Some things we should keep between ourselves, and the non-musicians, who are these people? I mean, they shouldn't be in our world, really, should they? I mean, fair enough if they're going to listen and be nice about us. But, if they're there just to, I don't know, what would they be there for? To say they don't like your video because it's boring them, because they're not musicians, or they don't like your genre, they don't like your dress. I mean, they can fuck off, frankly, can't they? So, I'm in a really rebellious state of mind. I'm rather glad I had the flu because it made me... It drew me back to the person that I knew that I was, but I couldn't find because I've been so busy with all this bloody website building crapola. So it's all over now. I'm just focusing on music. I'm just doing exactly what I want to do. And it's all about the music. And it's a total pleasure. Absolute, total fucking pleasure.